When the temperature drops, the heat begins to rise. At a time of year when many try to escape it, there are some who seek out the freezing cold and embrace it. Because in order to play one of the world's hottest sports, you have to start with a cold sheet of ice. And that's just the beginning. The better you get at this game, the more it rocks. Curling is a sport of skill and strategy, where success depends on a smooth delivery and nerves of steel. Because sometimes the margin of victory is so small, it's measured in millimeters. Tonight, more drama in this international round-robin tournament. Will Team USA have what it takes to grab crucial points in its pursuit of the American Cup? Or will we see another nation celebrating on American ice? Friday night is NBCSN Curling Night in America on NBCSN. NBCSN proudly presents another edition of NBCSN Curling Night in America. Eveleth, Minnesota, about a 3-hour car ride north of the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Winter sports wonderland, home to the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame. And it's also a proud curling community. And at Curl Masabi, it's the site of the U.S. Grand Prix, the showcase for Curling Night in America on NBCSN. American fans ready to go? Hope you are as well. Jason Knapp here with 2006 Olympic bronze medalist Pete Fenson. Tanith White will join us shortly. Draw 4 here, Pete. The United States matched up with Scotland.
Yeah, USA-Scotland's always a good matchup. In this case, both skips like to have rocks in play and mix it up. Should be a very exciting game.
John Schuster, 3-time Olympian for the United States, hoping to continue a good run of success in this tournament. For the American men, they lead in their team standings, and overall the U.S. in the mix in this 4-team competition, tied with Scotland for the top spot. The competition taking place in men's action, women's action, and mixed doubles. The overall winner takes home the American Cup. So the U.S. and Scotland going through their warm-up as they get set to battle here. John Schuster, the skip for the United States. Tom Brewster leading the way for this Scottish contingent, and he's got a great resume over the years, Pete.
Yeah, that's right. Tom Brewster is a 2-time world men's silver medalist and also a world junior championship to his credit.
At age 41, Brewster has certainly thrown a pressure rock or two in his time. John Schuster and Team USA, they've handled the pressure in this event pretty well so far. For more on that and tonight's matchup, let's check in with Tanith White.
Thanks, guys. Well, the U.S. team is currently sitting at the top of the leaderboard after a dramatic win against China. I spoke with U.S. skip John Schuster before this match, and he told me he's looking forward to a very exciting game against Team Scotland, who is one of the most offensive teams they'll face in this tournament and currently ranked right next to them in world standings. So looking forward to a chance to gauge Team USA's progress against one of those top teams in the world. I also had a chance to speak with Scottish skip Tom Brewster, who said his team has been facing some challenges dealing with jet lag since arriving in the United States, but he's looking forward to his first opportunity for a skip-to-skip matchup against John Schuster.
And Tanith, touching on the last win for John Schuster and Team USA, Pete, they got 3 in the 8th to beat China. The 33-year-old continues to grow his game.
Yeah, that's right. As time goes on, John develops into a better and better skip all the time. He understands angles, and he likes to have rocks in play.
John Schuster will be facing Tom Brewster. Again, a veteran. Not a lot gets by this guy.
No, Tom Brewster also a very strong skip, loves to throw the big shot, and he's a good leader out there on the ice.
Certainly Brewster with accolades to his resume, looking to continue with a good showing here on Curling Night in America. Stone colors for the night. Scotland will be throwing red rocks. Team USA with yellow stones. Draw to the button to decide who has the hammer, the last shot advantage, won by Team USA. So Scotland starts us off, and it's Hammy McMillan Jr., 23 years old, with the first stone of this game for Team USA and Team Scotland.
You're heavy. Top 4 now. Line's good. Well, Ross. Just wait. Wait's good. Easy, Ross. Aye, we're all there. Easy, easy.
So one rock in the house, we're underway. Let's meet Team Scotland.
Hammy McMillan, lead. Ross Patterson, second. Glenn Muirhead, third. Tom Brewster, skip.
So Team Scotland has a stone in play in the first of this game for the United States, authored by 25-year-old John Landsteiner, the lead for John Schuster's ring. Tyler George, Matt Hamilton, front end for Team USA here, escorting this one down the ice. How about we meet all the members of the United States men's team here on Curling Night in America.
John Landsteiner, lead.
Matt Hamilton, second.
Tyler George, third. John Schuster, skip.
So Team USA feeling confident after some good showings early in this competition. Hammy McMillan with his second stone, son of the 1999 world champion and 5-time European champ, Hammy McMillan Sr. As you'll see in this sport and in this game, a lot of family history for a lot of these players with curling greats all across their lineage.
Just back here, Lance. Back ring. 25 and 33, so I told you, I think the first one's
Hammy would like to have had that last rock a little closer to the house. Since he left it so long here, there's the opportunity for Landsteiner to come around and tap Scotland's shot rock to the back of the house.
Second stone for Landsteiner. Each player in an end throws 2 stones, a total of 8 per team. You get points for the amount of stones that are closer to the center than the best stone of your opponent. Always love to score at least 2 or more per end. So we're underway. 2 rocks thrown for the U.S. and Scotland as the action continues here. The fans enjoying it early on at Curl Masabi. Hope you are as well on NBCSN Curling Night in America. NBCSN Curling Night in America is being brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. See car insurance in a whole new light. And by USA Curling, where Olympic dreams begin. Opening end of this matchup between the United States and Scotland here on NBCSN Curling Night in America. First stone for the second for the Scots, 31-year-old Ross Patterson.
Whoop. Whoop. Okay.
A hit and stay by Ross Patterson to lie 2 for Scotland. Their goal here is just to try and force the USA to a single point.
John Schuster and Team USA with that hammer last shot advantage. And here's a look at the man with a mustache, which has gotten a lot of play after the initial debut of this U.S. men's team on Curling Night in America. 26-year-old Matt Hamilton.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Roll it. Whoa, you're on it.
Pretty nice roll there. John's just trying to sweep it right over in front of that Scottish rock. You can see he's got a little bit of cover from that front stone and causing some trouble here for Tom Brewster and company.
Yeah.
Matt Hamilton, more than a mustache. He's got a little game.
Top 4. Out turn. Normal. Okay. Just sure about this. Just off nose. Yeah, that top 4. I like.
Not yet.
It's just that's too long. Okay.
So due to the amount of curl that's in the ice here, Jason, Tom Brewster is telling Ross Patterson that by coming around, there's just too much room between the guard and the potential rock that would be in the house, so they've elected to play this hit in the back of the 4 foot.
Whoa, whoa, yeah, hard! Hard! Ah.
There we go.
And a little bit of a miscue. You heard Tyler George say, there we go, there's their opportunity for the deuce.
This is better, right?
Yeah.
Than this?
Yeah, I think so.
Throw. My roll. You're right.
USA's just trying to hit and roll under the corner guard here to set up the deuce.
Second for Matt Hamilton. World Junior gold medalist in 2008.
Hard, Steiner, hard for a piece, go! Hard, buddy, go! Hard! Hard, 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 hard! Right to it! Right to it, right to it, right to it, right to it! I actually prepared that.
John Schuster was really barking at it, and the U.S. not pleased.
Yeah, Matt seemed to get that going just a little bit out of his hand. You heard John yelling hard for a piece. They're trying to save it with the sweeping, but it overcurled and let Scotland off the hook.
So the U.S. lying one, but things fairly wide open here for Glenn Muirhead. The third for Team Scotland.
Hey, let it go! Hey. Hard, 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 hard. Fine. Sliding quite now.
Normal first stand issues here. Both teams are having a little bit of trouble trying to get comfortable with the amount of swing in the ice.
Sure. You only got to bite the 8 foot to be shot. Just full 8, guys. Pretty quick here.
John Schuster giving instructions for Tyler George, his 33-year-old third.
I don't think you can hurt Hammer.
Talking about being in the 8 foot to get shot rocked and get the U.S. in a good position.
Clean up. Hammer. Line's good. Easy now, easy. Just half in the 8 foot's plenty. Whoa, whoa. Right off, right off. Whoa, no, no.
Want to keep this as high in the house as they can
All right, Ty.
to prevent Scotland freezing them out here.
Shot, bud. Get around that and turn for one. Yeah, that is fast. 12.
Here the U.S. chatting already about the ice conditions, trying to figure that out.
Whoa.
They played a few shots down that track, and they've commented already on how fast it's getting. Usually once a couple of stones travel down a path, the pebble gets broken down, and it really causes a lot of issues sometimes for teams because ice gets a little bit tracky in one place or another. So a lot of ice management going on right now for the teams.
So Glenn Muirhead with his second stone. If that Muirhead name sounds familiar, it should. He's the brother of Eve, won a world title in 2013, and skipped Team Great Britain to bronze in Sochi at the age of 23, the youngest skip ever to win an Olympic medal.
Whoa, Ross! Whoa. No, no. Yes, go. Good there. Nice. Good shot.
Pretty nice touch by Glenn. Had to just sneak by the top guard. And they needed a little bit of curl after that, but he was able to remove the U.S. stone.
Just anywhere above the half get the shot, guys.
Just snuck it by the guard.
No, no. Yes, go. Good there. Nice.
Here's the second for Tyler George.
Just 5, 6. 6 is good, 5's fine.
He's got a curling sister as well, Courtney, 2006 Olympian for the United States. George parents
Line's good. Line's great.
used to run the Duluth Curling Club.
Stay with it. Under all the way here. Whoa.
And a great family game, and a lot of these players
All right,
getting the game passed down from previous generations.
The nice thing for Team USA here, Jason, is they're playing around the corner guard with the hammer. That's kind of where they want to have play right now. Keep the 4-foot open for John Schuster's last shot.
I know what you're going to say, so you don't need to say it. I was going to say how fast that is. 10? Yeah. 10's a split.
And Tom Brewster sliding back into position. So Scotland, in a competition like this, competes for country, but at the Olympic level, they're part of Team Great Britain. We mentioned the women earning bronze in Sochi in 2014. David Murdoch with an emotional moment getting to the gold medal game before falling to Brad Jacobs and Team Canada, but still silver for the Great Britain team in Sochi. And Tom Brewster was the alternate for that Team Great Britain side, earning a silver medal.
Hard then. Way on lane. Line. Run. Hammy. Whoa, way on lane. Just 2 years. Whoa. Whoa. We feel good. Small bounce. Both small bounce. Yeah. Whoa. Yep. Ross. Whoa. Whoa. Hammy. Go. Nice idea. Shot. Good sweep. Nice. Good judge.
I think I just come in the center now.
Nice weight by Tom Brewster. Well handled by the team, by the front end, by their vice skip to get that into a good spot.
For the most part. And it's got to be better. I think we just go set. I mean, I can be shot here, and it's tough to get out, right?
It's tough. Well, if you're a little on this side, then it's playing into that a little bit, but I guess it's got to be pretty thin to jam.
Do you like this better? Do you like this better?
Well, it's tougher to get out.
Yeah.
The line's a little more difficult to play. This is an easier shot.
Yeah, let's just go set. Okay. I'll get to throw it again on my next one.
Okay.
Doesn't go, so right there.
So the deliberation between John and Ty, should they go around the corner guard, follow Brewster in? John's elected to go around the center guard. He's using it a little bit as a practice shot. He said he's going to throw it again on his last one. Just personal preference here, I think, for John.
400 to 405, huh?
I think so, yeah.
They're gliding. So, all right, bite the 4 foot.
U.S. still trying to find a way to get its 2 here with Hammer in the opening end. And the first for John Schuster. 3-time Olympian.
Lot of room.
And this team
Lot of room.
just missed making the playoffs last year at the World Championships. Lost a gut wrencher in the tiebreaker with Finland. And settled for a tie for 5th place overall at the Worlds.
You got to finish this the very end anyways. Make it make something.
As this rock starts to slow down here, John Landsteiner sweeping it to get as much curl out of it as he can.
We should have swept it a little more. Sorry.
So the U.S. lying 1. And now Tom Brewster
What's your other option?
contemplating what to do with the Scots' last rock of this first end.
I mean, you're taking ice there. If you went there, he's got to nut it and beat that to get his 2. Otherwise, he's only scoring his 1. True. If you even sat it there, you know, it's. Or we just do that.
I think that's the shot. There's no curl there, Glenn. There's no way you're going to get in around that.
Even if you went back to there. But
on that out turn.
Okay.
Last night you would have made that.
What turn?
In turn, because we. No, Ross through there.
The out turn's going to be straighter.
Aye.
Always great to eavesdrop on the curling conversation.
Can't risk the.
If you can work through the
chip an inch, we're liable to give up
Scottish
3.
lilt.
See that? Glenn likes the draw round, but there's not enough curl.
Saying not enough curl right now. We'll see what Tom Brewster can come up with as Glenn Muirhead lays the broom at the other end.
So Tom's elected to throw this run back.
Yep.
And they chose the straight or the straighter of the 2 turns here.
Whoa! Yeah.
Oh, Glenn, go. That's it, dog.
Oh, that's a beauty. Made contact with the shot rock, and looks like he's forced John to draw for 1.
Sorry, Glenn. Okay. I moved a lot in the last couple of yards, eh?
Still getting used to the ice conditions, but the result good enough right now for Scotland.
Is that 400? Really cool.
Yep, this is a great shot by Tom Brewster. That's a pretty long run back, and he's able to remove the yellow stone and actually be shot and 3rd count. So 2 is out of the question here.
So it's a draw for 1 for John Schuster, looking to execute and get the U.S. on the board here in first end.
All you guys.
So as John said before his first shot, he's throwing the same exact draw on his second to count. So he knows the speed. Sweepers know how this runs.
14-7, nothing.
Hear them talking split time there to kind of track the rock. And it does fall in to proper position for Team USA. But a little mini win for Scotland. The U.S. only 1 with Hammer. So the Americans on top, but Scotland has the last rock advantage when we continue from Evelyn on Curling Night in America. Back on NBCSN Curling Night in America, the second end for Scotland and the United States, a blank, no scoring. So Scotland retains the hammer, and here in the third end, a bunch of stones in play, and Team USA trying to possibly do what Scotland did to the United States in the first end. That's hold the Scots to just 1.
Yep, it's really about game management here. And John Schuster and Team USA have a chance to keep the force going here.
Lance.
Asking Tyler to just guard the rock in the top of the 8-foot.
Why don't you both go and see if you can get it in? Whoa, it's in already. Whoa.
That's at 8, whoa.
Whoa.
That's at 8.
Whoa.
Draw down here.
I don't try not to leave a double in a row. I know you're trying to freeze it, but I had something where I thought it was. So. Normal. Yeah.
So a touch of miscommunication there. Did it hurt Team USA too badly?
No, they're a little deeper than they wanted to be. They wanted that short of the rings. So that last little bit of sweeping there, I don't think really made a big difference in the result. But Glenn Muirhead here with a chance to get Scotland out of this a little bit by making a double.
And that was the issue with those two stones kind of clustered together. Double a bit easier, Glenn Muirhead, with that shot for Scotland.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot. Even though he didn't remove that second stone, you see it hanging on the side of the rings. They've opened up the front a little bit here for now.
He's just drawing under there probably then.
What's that?
He's playing that then.
So what do you want to go this?
You have to move it, I think. Yeah, I think that's better.
Okay, control.
Yeah.
So with this on the paint, Scotland's basically forced Team USA to remove it.
Yep.
Where they go with the shooter was the discussion.
Close. Yep.
That's good. Whoa.
Yes.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Just trying to roll it on a little bit. Want to keep it close to the center.
I should be throwing heel at that because I know that.
So the yellow stone back of the house for Team USA. Currently shot rock. Americans technically lying too, but things fairly wide open in the front.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, pretty nice opportunity for Scotland now.
What's that, Tom?
USA only has
I'm not sure the ice to get around this
2/3 of a rock in the rings is shot rock right now. So just trying to decide which way is the best to go.
Either that or we do that, but if you get there, you'd be great. You want to do that? It's either that or we play that.
He's just saying no because
I think. This is good, but you're going to have to be back here to be buried. Well, do you want to hit and roll in the yellow then? Well, it's probably the only way you're going to get buried, aye. Unless you come here. I guess hard. Nah, I don't like that. If we can't get the curl, then I don't like it. Okay.
So there's not anywhere that's really good for Scotland to go right now. Probably around the red corner guards is their best chance to get buried, but like as Tom said, it has to be behind the tee line.
See the clocks moving behind, or the one on the right, that is the time moving for Scotland. It's thinking time now in curling. 30 minutes of thinking time for an 8-end game, and that clock moves in between shots for each team. You have that amount of time to complete all your shots in a game.
Line's good. Turn around. He's getting better. Don't want to go. Whoa, Hammy. Can't go.
Can't touch it.
Looks a little heavy. They want to get it behind the tee, but they got to keep it fully in the rings.
And it's not going to stay.
I told you 05. I got you 3.
It's probably just no.
That's a bad miss here for Scotland.
Yeah, they need to keep that in play. Even if it's short of the rings a little bit, they can use it later on.
Where was that?
But by throwing it through,
it was here somewhere, but I don't.
It's unusable, obviously.
It was off the paint.
You
It
saw
was off the paint enough that
Glenn Muirhead just tripped over a stone sliding back, and they moved it. So now the team's figuring out exactly where it goes.
Yep, they just have to try and put it back in a location as close to where they think it was prior to it being moved.
And a little bit less deliberation between the teams when it wasn't actually in the house.
Yeah, right. You know, it's not really going to come into play probably. I mean, there's a chance that a stone could end up getting run onto it, but not as critical as if it were in the house somewhere.
Like you're 90, huh?
What's that? Oh, yeah. No, I think 95 is enough to tap it.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
One of the first for Team
all right,
USA,
bro?
a blank second
Yeah,
end.
fine.
And now
like the
Scotland
draw
with
better?
Hammer, trying to
I like that
capitalize
rock where
here in
it
the
is.
third.
Fair enough. Play a draw.
Yeah.
Edge 4 should be plenty.
Yep. Yep. This is good.
Even if we chip it and split them both in, it's fine.
So.
400, 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going through the game plan, settling on a shot, and John Schuster ready to release his first stone here at third
We're
end.
really tight, though.
Yep.
Line's no good. Room. Yep. 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 Yep.
Trying to get it by the top yellow, but as John said, a little tick on the top guard is not bad.
Okay. It's not good. Chipped it.
As soon as we know we're there, we probably should just do that.
They probably should have let that go into the yellow one. That's no good for them behind the tee line. That's only usable for Scotland at this
I
point.
was relatively certain they're 9, but they're so loud. I was relatively
Here they're
certain
sweeping it to get it
were
by the guard. They probably could have just let it curl and run right into the side of it and split both rocks on the rings.
All I saw was line. I heard nothing. Whether they yelling or not, I never got one.
They said 6 out of my line, and then they said even.
So that's a communication issue probably. Pointed out that it was heavy. Tyler could have just let it curl, run into that guard.
John Schuster talking about the crowd noise, not only watching this match, but some of the other matches in the competition in this draw going on the adjoining sheets. So sometimes crowd cheering at different points while you're trying to get the rocks in the right place. We'll see what Scotland does with this rock here. The first for Brewster here in the third.
And Tom's a little heavy as well. Both teams are still working on
Throw the same way.
getting a good chart on the ice. Speed, the curl.
It's a heavy draw.
Same room then.
Take a look at it when you get down there.
I mean, I'm sure I got him. I mean, I got almost the whole rock. Same thing. Just freeze.
John Schuster feeling confident in this shot selection
As long as we're within.
and trying to get
foot of it,
a 42-pound piece of granite to roll
This rock, I think, is a
150
tiny bit
feet
faster than that
down
one.
the ice and get it to stop exactly when you want. Seems like an inexact science.
Yeah, that's really where the sweeping comes into play too. The guys with the brooms are able to, maneuver a little bit the speed and the curl.
6.
So it's important for the thrower
Room. 7. Room.
to remember that when they're throwing. They want to make sure the rock is sweepable.
Get left. Hard left. Whoa. Whoa.
Plenty of sweeping from John Landsteiner. Matt Hamilton there as well, the front end for the U.S. trying to help their final rock of the end.
Go. Hard time.
Well placed by Schuster and company. That one's not able to be removed due to the rocks in the back of the 8-foot. So Brewster forced to draw for one.
About 6 feet off.
Yeah.
3 times good.
Okay, you're free off time.
So good work from Team USA. Put themselves in a position to only give up one, or if there's a misfire from Scotland, possibly get themselves on the board.
Yeah, they do have a piece of the 4-foot, so Brewster has to make a pretty good draw here.
You can see my latent tall Europeans up there.
Concentration personified there. Brewster eyeballing it. Final rock, third end.
Line's good. Line's perfect. Just head down. Come on, Hammy. Heads up. Have a look. We're just too late now.
Try it, try it.
Nice shot.
Little deep, but good enough.
Come on, boys. You're both heads are down. Someone needs
Scotland will
to
take it. Tom Brewster and his rink
25.
get one on the board. 1-1 for the United States and Scotland headed to the fourth end. Hope you're enjoying the action on NBCSN Curling Night in America. A single for the U.S. in the first end, Scotland matching with one in the third end, and action underway here in end number 4. Jason Knapp, Pete Fenson, Tandith White, and you here on NBCSN Curling Night in America.
Right now they can't get around the middle because this is here. As soon as this goes, we can, if you want, are you happy doing that? If I go right over though, is that okay?
Now Tom Brewster and his team trying to work through the process here to figure out what they need to do with rocks in play.
Yep, with U.S. line 2, Brewster is just trying to figure out exactly where to go with this one. He's trying to force. He wants to get the hammer back. He wants to keep 2 out of play if he can. He doesn't want USA to score 2 in the fourth if he can help it.
Whoa, whoa. Yep, Bobby. Whoa, whoa.
Stone on the way from Muirhead.
This kid's got constant energy. Unbelievable.
So playing the roll, a little heavy maybe. So when it's thrown a little too hard, the rock doesn't curl as much as they would like, and I think that's what happened there.
This end's all you, buddy.
Troll.
I can see what he's coming.
You gonna be able to jump it out?
Where that yellow was, we could have used it to double it.
John, you take the roll, okay? What's that? You take the roll. Yep.
You hit the wing and you're still waiting for us.
Tyler George ready to go here.
Whoa. Close up. Whoa. Whoa.
So the USA
whoa.
trying to go to school on the rock they just watched come down the sheet that Scotland threw.
Hard, Johnny.
Trying to get this to roll under the center guard.
Go. Attaboy, Ty.
Attaboy, Ty.
Good enough. He got half or so buried.
Peel the long one into that yellow.
It's nice and high in the house. Good shot by Tyler. You can see Matt going hard at the very end here, trying to get a little bit more curl out of it, and the guys sweep it for all it's worth to get it under the guard.
Second one from Muirhead.
I mean to go. Just wait. Line's good. Yep. Whoa, wait. Just okay now. Line's good.
Glenn wants to get this in for second count. Trying to freeze it on the one that Tyler just rolled under the guard.
Get out. Hard, Homie. Hard. Ross, if you want, mate. Good, Glenn. I won't say it. Shot, man.
They can't really do anything with weights.
No, the outer draw is a shot.
Here?
Yeah.
How deep we going?
Like here.
Right to a top 8, full 8.
We leave it for him then. If he beats us in, we can't do it. For sure. Top 8.
So George thinking ahead.
5, 6.
U.S. continuing to try to find their way here
Okay,
with hammer to get more than one.
just for line, hard.
They want to keep this draw nice and high in the house. You heard Ty say top 8.
Heavy, hard, go, hard.
Yep.
Over curled by just an inch. See, they rubbed that center guard. Ty's weight was good.
It doesn't really matter. Don't worry about that because that wins. No, but what I'm saying is if we sweep for this, we're making that, are we not? Aye. You like that? Imagine how thin that is to jam it. Oh, I know. You know? Well, it's there. Quarter stone.
Scotland thinks they can kill both these yellows and dig shot rock out from under the pile.
Peel, aye.
Tom's going to throw it pretty hard. Peel weight.
Very thin to jam.
Talk about family histories for some of these players. We already mentioned Glenn Muirhead. His sister winning a world title and an Olympic medalist. Brother Thomas world junior champion. His dad, Gordon, curled in the Olympics and a multi-time world medalist. Tom Brewster's got that family pressure as well. We'll talk about that momentarily.
They missed the sweep call there. It moved on him a little bit. Had to hit less of the first one to make that double. It's a late sweep call, so it must have made a move on him.
Side by side was screwed, though. Oh, it's just got to be a hair past that.
Bit of an opportunity missed there by Scotland.
So they can't clear both of those stones out of the way. U.S.
This is a shot.
Plotting strategy, and they've settled on a decision.
There's two options for John here. He could go in the open to the side, maybe back of the 8-foot to lie 2.
Side by side, fine too. Unless you like this.
That's what Ty's talking about, but John wants to go around the center here, get a top 4.
He just grazed the top of that.
6. 5, 6. Hand meet, yep. 5.
Line's good.
Whoa.
Hard hand.
Whoa. Tell me when
Room now.
Yep.
Go if you need to, though. Lot of room.
Room.
Go if you need to.
Okay, line's good.
You can go.
Line's good. Don't need to switch. Line's good. Go. Just pass this.
Pass ours. Just barely. Go.
Go. Go.
They would like to have gotten it past their other yellow to take this double away from Brewster. I think he's got the same basic shot that he just threw on his first one.
3 inches more, huh?
Here they are going hard for the distance at the end. Just want to go another foot, and it's probably perfect.
Oh, whatever. I don't care.
Coming up just a few inches from the desired location. So now the last stone coming up for Tom Brewster. His wife, former European mixed champion, sister-in-law Corey Morris, Olympic silver medalist for Canada. His mother-in-law's World Senior Championship. The family bonspiels for the Brewsters might be a little fun excursion. No pressure there, no pressure here. Brewster comes through with a big one.
Yeah, that's the problem with Schuster going around the middle. If he doesn't make it perfect, he leaves Brewster an out, and you can see Tom capitalizes here on his opportunity.
Excellent work from the Scottish skip.
I think this rock's a little loud.
If you can make the shots to beat the world champions in your family, you can make the shots here on Curling Night in America. Schuster now, door open to draw for 1.
Line's good.
Same track he threw his first one on.
Hard line. Go.
Looks like he's got a chance.
Is it good enough or not?
And it does just hang on there for 1. So a little deep, but good enough for Team USA. They begrudgingly take their single and retake the lead. But Scotland takes the hammer back as we move on to the 5th end on Curling Night in America. Not a lot of scoring tonight at Curl Masabi on NBCSN Curling Night in America, but enough for John Schuster and Team USA to hold the lead on Scotland 2-1 halfway through this 8-end game. In the other competitions taking place in this draw, there have been much more scores, including China putting up 10 in the first 4 ends against Japan in mixed doubles. Also China shutting out the Japanese in men's competition, 3-0 through 4 ends, and a 7-2 lead for the Chinese women over their Japanese counterpart. As for Team USA, Jamie Sinclair against the Scots in their first go-around together in this competition. The Scottish group looking to put a surprise on the United States, but so far the Stars and Stripes holding down home ice. It's 5-1 after 4 ends. Sarah Anderson and Corey Dropkin, each 20 years old, but youth doesn't mean lack of experience. The reigning U.S. national champs from 2015 will be in action one more time the next time we see you on NBCSN Curling Night in America. And if you haven't gotten the chance to see mixed doubles as part of our tournament series, check it out. A little bit different game, less rocks in play, but plenty of action. Halftime almost over for John Schuster and the United States men. The skip for Team USA, a 3-time Olympian, gets to play all around the world, but for the man for Minnesota, there's no place to play like home.
You know, my commitment to curling kind of started, I was a kid in a small town that had a curling club, and when I tried it, I realized that, you know, this is something I might be able to be good at. I think this is something I could, you know, take a run at, and I think that's when I really started practicing a lot more as a kid and wanting it more and more, and here we are today, almost 20 years later.
John's a great leader. He's a great guy that can rally the troops. You know, he can lead the team on the ice. Schuster's the mastermind behind everything, and you know, he's very well thought out on how he does things and the strategy that he does. Every shot means something, and every shot is a big shot. You really have to believe in what you're doing and go through your pre-shot routine every time you step out there.
And our next goal is to become a top 10 team in the world, and then it's to become a top 5 team in the world. And when you get those particular things happening, then, you know, world championship medals and Olympic medals, you know, should follow.
More to come on NBCSN Curling Night in America when we return. Back at Curl Masabi in Eveleth, Minnesota, and back to the action on NBCSN Curling Night in America. Jason Knapp, Pete Fenson, Tanith White here. The U.S. in a singles fest, leading 2-1 over Scotland. Let's check in with Tanith.
Well, in speaking with U.S. coach Phil Drobnik during that third end, guys, he said so much for that offensive game in reference to both teams' strategy heading into this match. He said it looked like they were both playing a little bit cautiously, but as we just saw in the fourth end, definitely a big gamble there from the U.S. team going for the 3. And Phil Drobnik said he actually would have played it a little safer in that case, going for the 2, and he was obviously frustrated with the way that ended out at the halftime. Now moving forward, we'll have to see where this takes us, but U.S. so far has been very used to making these games very tight.
Tanith, thanks. We'll see how it plays out in the second half of this 8-end game. Again, just ones on the board. The U.S. with that opportunity to try to break things open for a big end didn't work, and now they have to deal with Scotland getting the hammer back here for the 5th end.
Yeah, they took a little bit of a risk in the 4th end. They had a chance to throw one in the open in line 2. John decided to go around the center. He saw maybe a chance at 3. Didn't quite work out for him, so forced to take 1.
And that's John Schuster, the skip for Team USA. The other John Landsteiner, starting things off for the Stars and Stripes here in end number 5.
Yep, hard. Hard, all the way. A little tighter. All right, Lancer. Okay.
Landsteiner short on his first one was the call. They'd like to force Scotland to take 1 back here so they can have the hammer. The U.S. wants the hammer back in the 6th end if they can.
It's good.
There's the first from
Okay.
McMillan here
Line
in the 5th end.
Okay. Up here.
8 foot.
Whoa. Oh, Glenn.
T-line now.
Oh, Glenn.
No, we're all.
Whoa, we've got to be short, though.
We're heavy. The back 8's maybe better.
Oh, no. Leave that in the open.
A great start.
So that one sliding towards the back of the house. You see McMillan a bit perplexed at where that one ended up. For the United States here, Pete, so you have an opportunity, last end with hammer, doesn't work out. Does that affect your mindset when the other team's got the hammer and you're back on defense here in the next end?
Well, it just once again comes back to game management. I mean, now that they were forced to the 1, they have to figure out a way to play the rest of the game. They want to try and give themselves hammer and 6, so they're just going to try and go here in the 5th end and force Scotland to 1.
All the way
They
back.
have to be able to
Hard hammer, right to the stop.
forget about the things that happened to the best of their ability so that they can play on. They wanted to get that all the way back to the freeze. That Scottish stone in the back of the house could cause some problems for the U.S. as the end goes on.
McMillan, youngest
3-4.
player in this
Yep.
game at age
Line away.
23
4-5.
for either of the two teams.
Yep.
Hard line.
Second stone.
Out, Glenn.
Hard line.
Hard.
Scotland just wants to freeze it on.
No, he's on it. Whoop.
The yellow one. Not that yellow one. They're trying to get to the one on the back of the forefoot.
Not the back end. Okay.
So underway in the fifth. Scotland with the hammer trying to jump in front of the United States. Down one at the moment. NBCSN Curling Night in America is being brought to you by the United States Olympic Committee. Get the latest Team USA gear and support our athletes at the same time at TeamUSAShop.com. And by Cryomax 8-Hour Cold Packs, proud sponsor of the USA Curling National Team. The action back underway here from Eveleth. Scotland down one with hammer in the fifth end. And John Schuster and Team USA looking to protect this lead for the moment.
Just corner freeze them. So same height as the last one you just tried to go with.
In the U.S. and Scotland tied right now, top the standings in the men's competition. A mix of men's, women's, and mixed doubles, all making up Curling Night in America in this competition at the U.S. Grand Prix. The country with the most wins in the overall team competition will take home the American Cup.
4. A little early. Mine's good.
So John just playing the corner freeze here. He's still got a chance to force Scotland to one.
Lance. Lance.
They have to get this into a pretty good position. They have to keep it above shot rock.
Already there. Deep breathing. Sit. Sit. Pretty good, John.
That's a pretty good spot.
Good shot.
Something he can use on his last shot. He's got control of the forefoot on that whole side of the sheet now.
Let's not leave a double then. True. That'll know. That doesn't take the two yellows at the top, does it? That. If we hit the red. Probably not.
About 2 inches of red.
Yeah.
I got 10 this first.
10 then.
I mean, I got.
So with that draw by John Schuster, he's made the scoring area for Scotland much smaller. Scotland actually has to get one into the forefoot to count, but most importantly, he has something he can use there. You can see that yellow stone is about half to 2/3 open on John's outturn.
See how Tom Brewster fares
T-line,
with this rock.
guys. It's okay. Line's good. No further. Let's bite the forefoot. No
It's
further.
okay.
Wait only. Wait only. Line's good.
Just a brush.
Have a look. It looks big.
Just a brush.
Looks big.
Trying to keep this above the T line.
Stay with it, Ross. Yep.
Want to prevent Schuster from freezing them out here.
Go, 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 go. Curl it.
We're good, guys.
Nice shot.
So that's pretty good. A pretty good result. It's shot rock, but it is behind the T line. John has an opportunity here to just follow Brewster in and freeze on that red one.
Early here. 400. Yep. Just timed out a tiny bit slower on the other side, but I don't know. No, I think 400. Still looks like just a mile of ice.
Let's make some play before.
We can sweep it. Yeah. Okay. 7. Right off. 8. Right off. Lots of weight. Right off.
First indication from the sweepers is it's a little heavy.
Hammer, you can't yet. No. You can't yet, Hammer.
They don't want to bounce this freeze. They have to get it right to the
Right
face.
off. Right off.
Stay with it. 8, 9.
Let it grab and die. It's got to grab and die.
14-1, never.
That's
never.
right where theirs was. It's okay. Might be okay.
No. No.
Whoa.
It's got to curl a little bit still. No, that's pretty good. I think it's shot rock.
Can we select to make that?
We just couldn't because it was carrying like the die. Was probably better.
Here it's a little wide and a little heavy, so they can't really do much with it. You have to just hope it turns over and sits.
That's just for 2. Really? Yeah. You can't get that.
Great to hear the conversation. That one kind of in rock purgatory as it went down the ice. It was good. It wasn't good. It was good. It wasn't good. Now it's in a decent position.
Yeah, exactly right. And when John was in the hack, he said it looked like a mile of ice and we can sweep it. Well, if he's going to throw sweeping weight, he's got to make sure he's a little bit light. He just overthrew that by a couple of feet.
Whoa.
And now a chance for Brewster.
Ross, go! Ross, go!
His final stone with hammer, just trying to see if he can get one.
What's happened? What's this, man?
Same issue here for Scotland. Little heavy, not enough curl.
And offline. So the U.S. with a steal of 1 here in the 5th end. And the U.S. doubles its lead. It's up to 2 at 3-1. The Scots will have the hammer back. 6th end coming up on NBCSN Curling Night in America.
None of us looked. Apparently we were shot rock before that today.
I didn't think we were shot before that.
It's been singles night so far on NBCSN Curling Night in America. 1's on the board. The U.S. with 3 singles to this point, to 1 for Scotland. But the potential for the Scots with hammer here in the 6th to get our first pair or more of the game.
Yeah, Scotland actually has a nice opportunity here now with 3 shots to come. They could take advantage of that corner guard if they would like.
Really?
Tom looks like he wants to kill the open one.
That's it.
You're in the corner, surely.
It's hitting at the shot. So we go try and take a 2 here.
I'm going to try and take a 2. I'm going to try and take a 2.
So the team likes the draw. I think I like the draw too. This is a nice chance for them to get 2. The U.S. Rock's only biting the 8-foot. Not very threatening.
Yep, weight's good. Out, Ross.
No, line's good.
Whoa.
Just gotta go for weight.
In, Ross.
Just gotta go for weight.
Gonna go away.
Line's good.
Positive outturn.
Line's good, guys.
The Scots are trying to get it into the 8-foot here for shot rock.
Good effort. Definitely slowed up ahead, eh?
Yeah, left with you.
Couldn't get it there. U.S. and that yellow stone. Still the scoring stone for the moment.
And Glenn underthrew that a little bit, but nevertheless, I mean, it's under the guard.
I'll just try to buy time. I think we're going to have about 2 minutes for our stand.
They have to figure out a way to make it count.
I was thinking time. No,
See the time difference there. About 4.5 minutes difference between Scotland's thinking time and the U.S. thinking time. The Scots have had more deliberation, so as the ends dwindle, that clock is much shorter for the Scots than the U.S.
Yeah, the Scots are definitely a little tight on time, and Tom said to Glenn Muirhead, I was just trying to buy a little time, but that's why he called the hit originally. Tried to play the end a little quicker, save a little time for the last couple of ends.
Again, trailing here. We'll see if the clock becomes an issue. You have to play all your shots in that time allotted. You don't want to be in a scramble situation, just firing stones towards the end of a game, especially in one that is as closely contested as this one has been.
Take it under more.
A little straight with that one, probably.
John Schuster
that's the worst sheet in the whole lot.
can't be pleased with that.
Yeah.
That was heavy too, wasn't it?
So a miss for the American skip, and now the door wide open for the Scots to take advantage.
John was just trying to kill that Scottish stone in the top of the 12-foot, but threw it back to the broom a little bit, I think, and he thought maybe he was a little bit heavy, and it just ran on him.
Two-time silver medalist of the World Championships 2011 and 2012.
It's good. Right off, guys.
Open a door to a player with this skill level.
Yes, Ross.
More often than not, he's going to make you pay.
Ross looking to hit it on the nose.
Yep.
Even if he rolls to the outside a foot or so, that's not too bad.
Center up. Just inside center, actually.
Just conscious.
Good enough. John's only out here is a long roll.
2.5 minute ends in the game against China with 2.5 minutes. So I know what you mean. I know what you mean. We'll get a good in the next time.
We just seem to be stuttering through some shots.
Yeah.
Wasted a bit.
Guys are just talking about clock management there now when they're down to the last two ends, not a lot of time left. They're just making sure they're all on the same page.
And getting a lot of that deliberation out even pre-shot.
Heavy.
Hard hammer. Whoa. Well, it's not going. It's not. No, leave it where it is.
So heavy again, John said, and that's not going to curl when it's overthrown. So wide open hit and stay for Brewster for his 2.
Simple stuff really here for the Scots to capitalize and even up the score.
Here more. Ross. Hard Ross.
Execution, the key here for Brewster. The hit and stay enough. Scotland will take its 2. First deuce of the game, and the score all even. 3 apiece to the 7th end we go on NBCSN Curling Night in America. Not a ton of offense so far on this edition of NBCSN Curling Night. Scotland with the first multiple point end of the game. Enough to tie us up at 3. With the tension building here for the final 2 ends. Jason Knapp, Olympic bronze medalist Pete Benson, our Olympic silver medalist in ice dancing, Tanith White on the ice here, following up the storylines as we progress. And teams trying to get wins, earn points for their country, and enhance their chance of bringing home the American Cup, which goes to the overall winner of the NBCSN Curling Night in America series.
Here, Nano. Good weight.
U.S. has the hammer back here in the 7th end, Pete. And John Schuster and company trying to find themselves. John Landsteiner with the first rock for Team USA.
Yep.
The U.S. hasn't been able to do much with hammer so far in the match.
Yeah, they've struggled just a little bit with rock position.
Right to it.
They've had a couple of opportunities on last shot, but unable to convert. You see Landsteiner makes a good tick now, creating 2 corner guards, getting the center open.
U.S. liking that effort from their lead, Landsteiner, to clear the path.
Same weight.
McMillan, his second of the 7th end.
It's a better line.
Just clean just now.
Wait, looks more.
Scotland here in the 7th is trying to force a score by someone.
Right here's good. Yep.
Just chewing.
Be it a steal for them, or if they can force Schuster to take a single, that would be their preference.
Same thing, Lance, same way.
And that clock continuing to tick for both teams. U.S. with more time to work with.
Scotland's still a little short on time. They're going to have to play a little bit quick here in the 7th. Want to save a little bit of time for the 8th end.
Go! That's
why I don't understand this.
Oh no. That's perfect.
All right, Lance, nice pair, buddy.
What are we going to do here then? Throw corner, throw center.
Good sweep, Ty.
Would rather force a window.
So a couple of guards cleared away efficiently by Landsteiner and Team USA.
Nice weight. That's kind of a weight shot for Landsteiner. He has to throw just back part of the house sort of weight so that he doesn't remove the Scottish stones.
Just a tiny bit tight. As long as your weight's good, it really doesn't even matter.
Back
As long as you throw back,
Whoa.
back 12.
Whoa. Oh, man,
Off, Glenn.
can't go it.
Off, that's out the back.
Glenn can't go it.
Just let it sit.
Leave it short of the rings, Ross.
Oh, this is A bad miss here by Patterson. He's got to leave this rock probably short of the rings, but definitely above the tee line.
Three's not out of the picture of these corners now.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to now.
And the U.S. already thinking about how it can maximize off the miscue from Ross Patterson.
And the pressure's off the U.S., at least for now. Corner guards on both sides. You can see the middle is wide open.
We can go here, I guess.
So if things don't go well here, Schuster should have something easy to score.
I got 5.
What's that?
I got 5.
Yeah, 6, 5, 6.
Matt Hamilton.
It's 4, 5.
Real easy for line.
In research and development.
6, 7.
That's his day job. At night,
Ty, stay with it though.
throwing stones and throwing them well for Team USA.
No, you got nothing. It's gonna stop though. Ty, stay with it. Yep, yep. Go, 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 go.
All
right.
shot. All right.
How do I hammer?
Or do you want to play on it?
There you go. Freeze it.
No, that's pretty good. It's partially buried above the tee line.
You want to freeze it? You want to bump it? Freeze.
Yeah.
Or bump.
Freeze or bump?
Right, freeze. I think freeze.
It's probably better chance of getting our force.
Yeah, yeah. 15.
15, 10th off.
I like the freeze myself. If they play the bump and happen to roll off it a little bit, that still leaves the door open for Schuster to get one under the corner guard. By making this freeze, they nullify that U.S. stone.
Try.
Out, Army, out!
Whoa, let it stop.
Don't want to bounce it off, just freezing it on.
All right, straight shot.
And it is stuck on there quite well.
Yep, perfectly played.
Loosen it up. Same way, Ham.
Would have liked it to curl another couple of inches. You can see there, they're pretty much glued together.
A little more. Close. 11. Yep.
So Hamilton's trying to just come down and tap this on the nose a little and loosen up the back one, but not remove it from the rings.
Close. Whoa.
Just
Ty, go. Hard now, hard. Right to it. Okay. That's pretty good.
Just like that. That's pretty good.
Let's stay on the other side.
What's that? It curled way more than your first one did. More than theirs
But
did
since
too.
Scotland still shot rock,
Do you want to go around to
force
draw
is still
the
in
freeze?
play.
I'm not bothered, then we freeze. Or do you want to go open?
We didn't touch your first until the last couple feet, so I was planning on sweeping.
Like back 4. Yeah, you go back 4 and it's just half off of that. You want to be wide?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind if they freeze.
Hey, Ty, come here. Just come here for a second. Don't make the face.
Make the face away from the camera. See the grab again.
Here's Muirhead, again not happy with the stone as it left his hand.
Sure.
Just trying to split the house.
Turn a room, Hammy, come on. Have a look,
Happy to go way over on the side of the 8-foot to keep the red rocks as far apart as they can.
We can just play this and roll this way too.
Trying to get it real close to the tee line, kind of line it up across the sheet from their other, and that's about as good as they could do.
Then they have to avoid the double, and this one should stay.
You want to play that one first?
I think so. You got all this almost?
Yeah.
I think so, Ty. I think we go like this.
Just at relief.
Just got to make sure that one stays too.
Yeah, I guess the only thing is that they might just be able to rip this double, but
Positive and then
whereas we can just do this and roll across too.
that's ideal.
I think we got a hit.
Yeah, I think you might be right, Ham.
The bushes down on it, there's 0 curl. Too greedy right now. None. How much that move? Well, that doesn't curl much. Well, in fairness, it's more than you think because we're highest centre.
Good, normal or control?
All we need to do is make
normal,
sure
flat or roll.
So the Scots looking on, discussing what they're going to do as Team USA tries to pull off the shot that John Schuster wants.
Whoa, normal. Lead. Yep.
Talking about if they should roll under the corner guard or open. to the open side and try and roll the rocks close together.
There's more to come on Curling Night in America on NBCSN.
It's that's the call in here.
Final 4 stones and number 7, Team USA up 2 on Scotland.
You got that?
Pete, this is essentially the potential breaking point of this game.
Yeah, that's right, Jason. The USA has Scotland in a little bit of trouble right now. As we had noted earlier in the end, middle has been wide open the whole end, and at this point, the U.S. lies 4, and Scotland really doesn't have much cover here. They have to go around this corner guard and try and get one buried and stay shot rock in the back. But Schuster's got him on the run right now.
Tom Brewster, see what he comes up with. His first stone here in the 7.
See, Tyler's last shot was a really good result as he rolled half under the guard. So even if Brewster goes around here, worst case scenario, John Schuster might have an angle run in to remove this Scottish stone if he needs to.
Perfect. Ross, good. Can't go. Ross, only Ross. Only Ross. Perfect. Can't go. Only Ross. Don't leave it short, guys. Come on, Ross needs to curl. Come on, Ross, hard!
Go, Johnny, go.
Whoa, whoa,
Go. Go, keep going. Keep going.
That's okay.
John Schuster able to sweep at that once it went across the tee line, trying to send it as far back as possible.
He did make his top 2 good. Got it far enough back to line 2.
Peel this one off. I don't want to take 2 though. I really want to get 3.
You can't peel.
No, I know. I think we go side by side. I think we just go right here. I mean, I guess if it gets deep though, he freezes and we're only getting 2. But
John has to be careful he doesn't get too greedy here. He said, I don't want 2, I want to get 3. But at this point in the game, if he gets 2, he's really in control playing the last end.
Well, that's the thing.
Not with the draw off. We want 3 if
That's
we
what I'm
can
saying.
get
What if we just poke this through the hole, roll out?
No, we're saying we want 3 because of the draw off.
Right, because then he makes a hit and roll and there's no double. So constants, there's no double, we're forced to 2. I think we just have to come here. I think we just have one spot for it and we just got to make it.
So it's got to be even up with this?
Yep, right here. Yep, dead even.
Okay.
John,
Broom. Oh, Broom, man. We traded once already.
Edge of 4.
Edge of 4.
Good.
So swapping out brooms,
You want a clock?
What's that?
getting everything ready here
You
for
can.
this
I mean, it's right around 15.
critical first stone of the United States skip,
probably.
7th
Side by
in.
side. Which is just better than full 8 foot.
Even just a tick behind.
Again, tie game,
No, because then he can freeze the puck.
next to last end.
Side by side.
He's going to count on that one and then draw for 2. So you're looking for more than 2.
He's looking for
You understand John Schuster. 2 is good, but 3 might clinch it right now, essentially.
Yeah, well, the tiebreaker is a draw-off if Scotland were to get 2 to tie in 8. So that's the reason John wants 3 here.
Line's great. 5. Hard line. Okay, line's fine. Wait only. Whoa, if you can, man. Hard. That's yours. Wait, that's the 5. Go. Go. Hard. Go. Hard. Hard. Go. Go. Oh, we don't want that back in here, do we?
No. But the draw's not good.
4 or 5 more.
You know, take our time over this one. The thing with the hit and roll is we're not losing any more than 2.
Yes.
Take it, we like third shot just now.
Yeah.
We go
And
to
John
draw,
Schuster not pleased.
and we can still win the game at 2.
Just off a touch here. Still the U.S. in
Yeah.
good position to get at least 2. And you heard the Scotland
Maybe a
discussion. They don't
more
want to
ice
give
than
up any
that.
more than 2.
Right there. They have an opportunity here since
So here,
their
roll
back
or not?
rock is third shot at this point. If they kill this rock
Copy
and
of
stay
that.
or
Yep.
roll under the guard, they force Schuster to throw a shot for 1 or 2 at the most, probably.
Ross. Ross. Whoa. Yep, Ross. Face to Carl.
Getting Ross Patterson to sweep.
Just never really give it a chance.
All I gotta do is move that stone. He's not even full at 12. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, because we can move it.
Hit and
this
stay.
rock, right? Yeah. And then this one should go into.
And the U.S. now with a chance to
I'll just throw a little right.
Okay. I think edge 4 is really close.
Try to clean up here in its final stone.
I think
Just gonna
maybe
throw
just
back
a
8
touch
probably,
less
yeah.
just to make sure we got contact.
Yeah, once,
Right
I mean,
here?
yeah.
So they have a chance to split John's first rock into the 8-foot,
What'd I throw
roll
in
the
the
shooter in, and still get the 3 they've been
97.
chasing.
Just didn't feel. I wasn't gliding. It felt like I was fudging through my slides. Back 8s is good.
Yep. Probably 95.
Back 4, back 8.
Yeah, let's take a tiny bit less, Ty.
Sure.
Yep. So, I thought you guys 95.
Six.
Hard then. Yep.
Now the U.S. looking like it's going to take the lead, but by how many?
Yep. Hard.
Need to hit about a third of a rock and roll them both into the 8-foot here for 3.
Go, Hammy. Go, Hammer.
Okay. Let's do.
And the U.S. not going to get its 3. It will take a 2. And the lead. U.S. 5, Scotland 3. 1 end left to go on NBCSN Curling Night in America. Last end, last chance for both Scotland and the United States to help decide the outcome. Jason Knapp, Pete Benson, Tanith White on NBCSN Curling Night in America. U.S. and Scotland men starting the night tied atop the men's standings in this overall team competition. And the time dwindling for both teams on the clock. Scotland with less time to work with here in this final end than Team USA. Scotland does have the hammer, last shot advantage here as they try to play catch-up against the United States.
And with 2.5 minutes left for Scotland, they are going to have to play this end pretty quick. I think usually it's about 4 minutes to play an end with thinking time.
Sweet boys.
Clock stopping now that the shot is underway for McMillan.
Plenty there, I think.
In the thinking time, and the change to that in the game of curling.
Just cleaning just now.
Clock runs in between your shots.
Needs to go back.
Bring it on, needs to curl.
Good. Nice 3, Lance.
Good. Being the heart, mate. Yeah.
So Scotland, 3 or more to win, at least 2 to tie, and the tiebreaker in this Curling Night in America format is a draw to the button by the Skips. And the U.S. looking to play defense. They can afford to give up a single here and still walk away with a W.
1. Keep dragging it then. Hard. Hammer then. Get in there. Hard. Right up. All the way across that line. Go. A little more. All right.
So that undercurled a little bit. They would have liked to guard the entire rock, but I think they guarded the right side here. The corner guard side is protected. Brewster is forced to come the other way.
Weight's pretty good. Probably small bump.
And not a lot of time wasted for Scotland with short time on the game
That's
clock.
okay now. Make sure he's here, so has to be here.
We're to you.
Very good. Whoa. Yep.
Line only.
It's going over curl if anything.
Go on, Ross.
It's good there.
Good.
Nice weight control by Hammy.
I mean, we'll bunch rocks up by ripping it. He's lobbing another one under then. Right here? I think
Protecting a 2-point lead in the final end. It's John Schuster thinking here for Team USA.
Well, he wants to make sure he keeps a little bit of pressure on Scotland here and not just give them the 2. So right now they're playing around this center guard.
Line's tight.
6.
Can't do much.
He's asking Matt Hamilton to play the freeze.
Weight's okay.
He wants to get it to the nose
4.
of that redstone.
Room now, room.
Hard for weight.
No bounce, right in here.
Hard, guys.
Sweepers are just trying to glue these 2 together.
Right to it. Go. All right.
Okay, it's good.
All right now.
I think you can get round.
There.
I don't mind it.
Eh?
Yeah.
I mean, they're always blasting, but
Okay.
15 still. Yeah.
Yeah. Just rough through.
So both teams here are working on some angles, trying to get their rocks lined up in proper position.
All right, we're good. Here, we bounce.
Whoa.
All right, we're good.
Weight's good. No bounce.
Close.
Glenn.
Wayne.
Yep.
Line's good.
Hard, get it here. Come on, hard. Whoa. Yeah, Glenn. Whoa. Whoa. No bounce. That works.
Nice.
Just right. You see that middle red one is basically in jail for now. It's lined up onto the U.S. stone.
If you get it going off, it's probably fine. This thing's overburied.
That's
so.
fine.
Firm. Nothing crazy. We have lots of time. Take your time.
That's it. I think it gets us.
And that disparity between the game clocks, U.S. with 3 more minutes than Scotland. John Schuster trying to make sure that his team is comfortable here in this critical final end. Matt Hamilton offering up a stone.
Lance, go! Go, Lance, go! Go! Is that terrible?
Same situation, but we've got a
Hoping to break a lot of things up and didn't hit it in the right spot.
Yep.
Yeah, a little thin.
This one.
Trying to hit that a little closer to the nose and remove some of those rocks. Loosen them up.
Weight's nice.
And you heard Tom Brewster before talking with his Scottish teammates. The U.S. really kind of in blast mode right now, just trying to clear some things out if they can.
Line only. Line only. Whoa! Yep! Whoa! No bounce. Tommy. Yep.
Still just trying to freeze them on in the right spot.
Gotta be locked. Perfect. Good.
Nice shot, Ross.
Great weight judgment by the Scottish sweepers.
Too much shouting going on.
I mean, if we could ever get to the nose and tap it.
It's got to be like.
The other thing, I mean, we could tap it like this too and just click off and out count both of those. Move this to here.
Okay. That's fine.
I think that's what I think we need to move these. Even if the shooter goes.
As long as we don't move the two to the open.
Well, it's gonna probably be open, but if it goes open, this one should go
Well,
open.
you're just spinning it with the shooter then.
I mean, I like trying to get to nose. It's just so close. But even if you do this tie, probably okay. If it out counts that one.
Is that better?
Might be.
Goes tap, and the shooter rolls over.
I don't think it's better though.
Tough to get to the nose right now. That red rock is corner buried under the yellow.
Again,
we can see right here from this shot.
Catch yellow, it's good.
I think if they get real close to the guard or real close to the one on the top of the 12-foot and move the back yellow a little bit, they should be in pretty good spot.
Room look all right?
I'd like a little more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seven. Clean. 7.
Oh.
Whoa.
6.
Clean.
Close. 5.
Yep.
5.
Yep. Hard.
Hard.
Hard, Matt. Go. Hard.
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 5.
Hard. Go. Hard.
Trying to hold the line. They want to sneak it by this top yellow one.
Hard on this one, Matt. Okay, that's fine. Get the rocks between. It's all right.
We nose that right. Nose yellow now.
Nice weight control by Ty. I still don't think that that's awful.
Can you see off the catch? Let's spin. Okay. Just control. Here.
Didn't get it by the guard, but still in the near vicinity.
Whoa.
See what Muirhead is up to.
All right.
Needs to get across the nose a little bit here so he can roll it inside.
That works.
That works. Keep going.
Nice shot, Glenn.
Pretty good result.
Same thing, yeah.
Okay. Good there. Does it?
I like that.
Eh?
Honestly. We're tapping pretty
Dead
far.
on the nose would be great with back 8 now. Back 4.
Back 8.
I think Broom was good for it.
Yeah.
The U.S. team probably has a little bit more room to make this tap now because of where that yellow rock was moved to in the 12-foot. It actually works like a guard. Ty's playing the same shot on his
Hard.
second shot as he did on his first.
Line's fine.
Same
Whoa.
way. Whoa. It's okay.
Yeah,
6, 7.
Whoa. Whoa.
7.
Lance.
7.
Yep.
So 7, the weight's closer. Just trying to get the line right here.
Hard, 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 hard. Go. Go, Hammer. Go. Go.
away, Ty. Beauty.
Good.
That's perfect. You can see the red rock bounced. The yellow rock is tapped under the pile. It looks like it's relatively safe for now.
Red. Yep.
That shot rock for Team USA, the scoring rock right now, closer to the button. Muirhead firing this one down the ice.
We here. Okay. Good.
Trying to just open things up a little bit and leave something for Brewster.
Time? Another guard, huh? Yeah, we're all counting the winger now, so we got no danger there.
I kind of like this hit and roll. Get second.
Quit the wrong shot.
There's not a whole lot here that's that good.
I mean, the question is if this drags.
Terrible idea.
Well, does this drag enough though if he hits it? Enough to get his going.
The yellow-red? Yeah, probably.
So if the hits are yellow first, if we guard right
what's he
now,
do?
he's going to have to draw.
230.
Guard's pretty good, Hammer.
230.
Yeah, I know.
Guard here.
Yeah, because he's going to have to draw, and he's only playing for the tie then.
I mean, we
got no way to
don't
get
want to
to the
really
stone.
cover up any more than this, right?
Yeah.
And he can't do anything here. He could hit and roll for a second point.
I think you just go here.
Did we call it timeout yet?
No, we haven't.
What's that?
No.
Timeout. Timeout.
So the U.S.
I think you're right, though. I think it's just
vital point in this game against Scotland, trying to protect a 2-point lead. Just a couple of rocks left. Got to spend their one and only timeout and discuss further with the clock stop.
Yeah, it looks like they're in pretty good shape here. I don't think Scotland has much for more than 2.
Then
And they still got to work pretty hard for that.
If we can fully get across
I mean,
the
if you were to
center line.
hammer this and hit this red, yellow, red right now, it's dragging this way. It's for sure going out, right? So he's not playing that. He's drawing. He is drawing.
We kind of got to half tuck the guard.
Angles are pretty good for the
I don't think he
USA
can roll off his
at this
ends.
point.
He could maybe make
That
the
red
double.
rock on the top
Yeah,
of
we
the
gotta-
forefoot looks like it's pretty well protected.
We have to dead above it. So I think that's.
You just want to touch the center
Yeah,
line
no, I
right
think we want to go all the way across it. Just, so we don't want to give him any more area to draw to. We're just going to throw a guard.
Throw a guard.
Right
here.
here.
The only other option.
just drawing then.
The only other option we thought of was you just rip that side one too.
Yeah, I don't think that one's
It's
too
not
much
counting
danger.
any that
Because
rock
if
over
he
there.
plays that, he's still just trying to find 2 with it.
Sure.
So
You can't like run this corner.
the only way he can set up
Phil
threes by moving
Dropnik,
this
the
stuff
U.S.
around.
men's
Well, I
coach,
mean, this
over
side
here
can
to
make this
join in the
double
conversation.
here for 3.
Right here. That's what we were.
Yeah. Oh, off where?
Right there.
And maybe. I still think we guard. He's got a draw.
3? I don't see 3.
Well, I'm just saying if you ran that corner
That
into
one's
our
still
rock.
out counting this.
I know, but he's going that one into this one. Is there anything there? I don't think there is.
I think it's tough to see from up there, but
catches that
if
there's
They're
anything
just
there,
making
then
sure
you
they
can
don't
play
miss
that.
anything
If
here. They
there's
want
That's there, but that's good. What's that? Okay,
Just
so
throw
we
a guard.
Yep.
cover all of
wanna
Tom
cross
Brewster's
all the way
options.
over the
Across,
center?
yeah.
Doesn't look like he's got much at this
Just
point.
barely across.
Edge, dead in
I
front
think
of the
I
red
agree
one.
with John. They throw the guard. Brewster has to draw. He has to try and get in there for shot rock and give himself a chance for 2.
What's that? 10. Ty, I'd even say a tiny bit less.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's pretty safe still.
So the guard, they're aiming for all the way across the center line, just to guard that pile.
1. Line's good. 2. Get it to 2.
Hard for line, actually, Matt.
Line's okay. Just get it to
Over.
2. Line's
Clean it
fine.
then. All the way across center, Lance.
Still you, Hammy. Still you,
Lance.
Hammy.
It's
Still
fine.
you,
Knock it
Hammy.
over, Curl. It's fine.
Still you, Hammy.
It's hard.
Hard. Get inside the red.
Hard.
Hard.
It's fine.
I'm saying
Good.
still you,
Good.
Hammy the whole way. We don't need to switch
Good.
that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Looks like where they were trying to throw it, they wanted it across the center line.
That's not a bad shout, to be honest. You like that?
Yep. What was I throwing? Number 10s. I know you don't know your line. You're 3, 3, 5.
So 2 stones left for Tom Brewster, trying to find a way at least to get his 2 and send us to a tie-breaking draw to the button to decide the victor here between the U.S. and Scotland. If it's any less than 2, the U.S. takes the W.
Line's
It's
good.
okay.
T-line.
Line's good.
Line only.
Right, we're back 4.
Back 4. Get off it then. Sitting down.
Whoa.
Line only.
Whoa.
Top 4. Line
Yep.
is tight.
Whoa, line's good.
Whoa. Never.
Get
past
Line's
that.
perfect. Buddy, Hammy.
Go, buddy, go. Come on, go.
Just sliding past the button, but Scotland has shot rock for the moment. down to the final 2 stones. 1 left for the U.S., 1 left for Scotland when we return in a moment. Last chance, last rock for Scotland and the United States. Team USA up 2 here, final end.
You still got to make it for 2 if you make that draw.
I know, but has the enough, right?
Yeah.
Nah, play the draw. Make him make the enough. I'll get to draw again if he makes it. Then adjust, right?
Yeah, you're getting practice anyways.
I mean, I guess we could be just full 4-foot and out count it, and then he has no enough.
If you're right to the top of the lid, yeah, he doesn't have it.
All right, perfect.
It'll catch this.
Yeah, we'll aim for top lid.
Okay.
The Team USA women finish their game, looking on to see if their compatriots can close out a win. John Schuster talking about a draw. If it doesn't go well and Scotland gets it too, he's going to have the same shot in the draw to the button tiebreaker coming up momentarily.
Yeah, that was a good conversation between John and Ty, and I agree. The draw's a shot here. If he makes it good, there's really nothing for Brewster, and if he doesn't make it good, Brewster makes the 2. John will have the same draw for the win and the tiebreaker.
Go, 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 go! All right, not bad. Makes it tough.
We lay 1.
We need 2.
Hit and roll. Hit and roll's the only shot.
Yep.
Just normal, then.
Normal.
Time ticking down, 15 on the game clock, so Brewster has to hurry.
Got to come off this winger and roll it all the way into the 4-foot for the tie.
Already lying 1. Scotland needs 2 to count to tie. And had to hurry things with the time winding down, and maybe that's a difference. Can't get the hit and roll in. John Schuster and Team USA able to celebrate the win. The Scots end up getting 1 in the 8th, but the U.S. able to win by 1. 5-4 the score. More coming up on Curling Night in America. We hear from the winners in a moment. NBCSN Curling Night in America has been brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. See car insurance in a whole new light. And by USA Curling, where Olympic dreams begin. So the U.S. survives 5-4 the final count against Scotland as the men's team for the U.S. posts another W on the board for the home squad here on NBCSN Curling Night in America. Tanith White standing by with a victorious skip, John Schuster.
All right, well, a hard-fought match, John, but a lot of ups and downs. Can you take us through how you assess your team's performance today?
It was good. We battled. I mean, we made some key shots late in the game there to give ourselves, a chance to get our 2 in 7, even a chance for more if they hadn't made a really good shot. And then, and battle all the way through that 8th end. And unfortunately, those guys were apparently moving a little slower than we are and got a little tight on time, and really makes throwing those last ones tight. That's why it's good that we play a nice, quick pace to our game.
Leading into this match, you were talking about facing off against Scotland, a team being so closely ranked to you in the world. Can you speak a little bit more about the challenges that you faced going up against them today?
Oh, I mean, they're all great players. Everyone on the team up and down the lineup, and they've had a lot of success this year. So we knew we just came out here and play our game and hopefully make a lot of shots and force them to make some tough ones, and that's what we did and came out ahead.
Thank you, John.
Pete, time now for the Team USA aptacular shot of the day, and you'd liked something in that last end for the U.S.
Yeah, in the 8th end here on John Schuster's last shot, he's got an out-turn draw. They're really playing it at the top of the button, but due to the fact that his weight is so good, they leave this in the top of the 4-foot and make Tom Brewster's last shot very difficult.
And the Scots couldn't pull it off. You can download the Team USA app for up-to-the-minute news and exclusive behind-the-scenes coverage of your favorite athletes. Visit the Google Play and iTunes Store and download the Team USA app today. So the U.S. men get a win. Other scores in the latest draw on the NBCSN Curling Night in America series. Big win for China in mixed doubles. And the Chinese men downing Japan as well. Final count of 5-2. Jamie Sinclair and Team USA posting another win for the United States as they're able to find a way to get past Scotland, another confidence builder for this group of American women.
Yeah, that's right, Jason. Anytime you can roll up these wins like that, your confidence starts to build, and it actually feeds on itself. You start to play a little bit better.
We'll continue to see Team USA performing in this competition. As far as the men's standings go, the United States in the top spot now. The women, the U.S. equal with China, Scotland and Japan giving pace, and in the overall competition, the U.S. at home in front by 1 over China, with Scotland and Japan playing catch-up. In the quest for the American Cup. On the next edition of NBCSN Curling Night in America, the youthful American mixed doubles team, Corey Dropkin and Sarah Anderson, battling China as the U.S. looks to continue posting wins and points in the overall team competition. On this night, John Schuster and Team USA won better than the Scottish men to get another big victory for the United States. For Tanith White, Pete Fenson, and our entire NBCSN Curling Night in America crew, this is Jason Knapp saying so long from Evelyn, and we'll see you next time